Hey everyone, welcome to this weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for Monday, April 29th through Sunday, May 5th, 2019. All right, so I'm going to be taking a vacation here this week. So in this video, we are going to talk about each of the days, looking for the major aspects that we would normally cover during the daily, but going to put them all here into this one video. So you guys do have the information here for the week. And then of course, when I return, we'll go back to the dailies as usual. All right, so this week we do have quite a bit going on. Most importantly is we have a new moon at the end of the week on Saturday. And so as we approach that, it really is the closure of the current lunar month. And so really good for finalizing things, letting the energies die down a bit, doing a bit of a reset for what will be new beginnings going into next week. Now, Monday, the moon will be in Aquarius, and so the theme will be around progressive energy. But most of the week, specifically Tuesday up until that new moon, is going to be Pisces energy. So really good week for receptivity, acceptance, behind the scenes activities, more of that kind of energy, which is what the ending of the lunar cycle is about anyways. And then some aspects with Mercury. So probably quite a bit going on with communication or learning that we can talk about working with in constructive ways. All right, so let's take a look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and look at this for the sky for these 7 days here of the week. And again, we are using the actual size of the constellations. As you can see here, the visible sky. This is different from mainstream astrology, and the signs do change. So if you are new to the channel, definitely check out that link down below for more information. Something else too is I've decided to start a Twitter account for Mastering the Zodiac. So for this video, and this week, if you go over to Twitter, if you have a Twitter account and you like and retweet this video on the MTZ Twitter account, which I'll put a link down below in the comment section, you'll be entered to win a free reading. All right, so I'm not sure how many of you have Twitter accounts, but if you go over there, like it, retweet, I'll put you all into a pool. And then at the end of the week, I will draw one lucky person and you'll get a free reading. So do support the MTZ Twitter. We'll see if we get enough momentum over there to get that going. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this for the week. So we're going to break this down for each day here, starting with Monday, April 29th. So Monday, we have the moon in Aquarius, which is the energy from Sunday, the previous day. And so likely themes on Monday around individuality, expressing our unique self, probably themes regarding the future. So really good to get into that future, progressive, individualistic kind of side of ourselves. Also maybe some themes around networking, community, online technology, things like that are great. Now the most important thing on Monday, however, is Saturn is going retrograde. Now Saturn's a very deep planet. We don't usually feel it that personally, but it is a good day, I would say the first couple days of the week, to maybe pause if you're guided to regarding any long-term responsibilities, any long-term structures. Basically anything you've been taking seriously in your life the past 6 months, working hard at diligently, there might just be a bit of a pause with it in the sense that now over the next roughly 5 months, it's a good time to go back, restructure, revisit some of these things that we've been, again, maybe taking more seriously or building responsibilities with. So good to just pause with them coming into the week because likely maybe something shifting with these things. Again, going for this reworking process over the retrograde. All right, so that's Monday. Then as we get into Tuesday, the moon will be shifting into watery Pisces, where the moon will be for the majority of the week up until the new moon on Saturday. So Pisces, as a lot of you know, is all about that receptive energy. We've had a lot of energy here lately with right now Mercury and Venus still here. And so this week, Tuesday onward, really good for developing this. Acceptance, accepting what is, being as present as we can in our life. We may notice these types of themes in our life dealing with like intuition or inner guidance, doing things that are satisfying to us on a soul level, things pertaining to dreams and ideals, right? But fundamentally, incorporating that presence, that acceptance, because Pisces is ultimately, at the end of the day, about finding true spiritual peace that acceptance and presence leads to, which is spiritual fulfillment in the now moment. So great to approach life in that way, but again, it might be creatively, might be intuitively, spiritually, whatever it might be about for you. So with that sort of shift, as we get into Wednesday is when we start with these Mercury aspects. So we have 4 Mercury aspects this week, and they're sort of concentrated in pairs, the first of which being here coming into Wednesday. Now, Mercury is the planet of communication, of our routines, and then also just generally how we're thinking about things. So this type of stuff is going to get likely activated this week collectively. So on Wednesday, Mercury will be squaring up to Saturn and sextiling Mars. And with this kind of energy, with the square to Saturn in particular, we could be maybe just seeing things a bit realistic, sometimes dense, denser reality, having a more serious kind of mind. That's the default. But the constructive way of working with this is to, yes, see reality of situations, look at things realistically, but at the same time, incorporate it, right? Do things that maybe channel it into disciplined communication, disciplined thinking, disciplining the mind, right? Maybe our routines, getting into that constructive approach with Saturn. How can we think constructively, think long term, and in this way, then we're not getting so caught up into the details. So great to channel this, though. It could be actually very productive. It could be, again, very disciplining, very responsible for our communications, for the things that we're thinking about when setting those intentions. Now, what's nice about it is that with the square, there's also a sextile up to Mars, easing that energy a little bit. And with this one, it's probably just a bit easy to be direct, be assertive, be a bit initiating when, again, it does come to our communications or anything that we're thinking about. All right, so that's a bit of a shift there on Wednesday. Again, the moon still being in watery Pisces. Now, as we get into Thursday, will be the next set of aspects with Mercury, the next being a square up to Pluto and a trine up to Jupiter. So these kind of 2 days here, we'll say Thursday, Friday, really good for channeling any deep mind we may have or deep thinking we may have into constructive things. Because the default with this might be a bit of maybe obsessive thinking or thinking about one thing or attached to a thought or thoughts in general. And we're kind of wanting the answers, right? Wanting that deep truth in something. So channeling it. So it makes it really good for, if it's about communication, openness, truth, right? Vulnerability perhaps. And, in our deeper connections. And then also constructively into research. That deep mind can again be channeled into uncovering things, figuring things out, thinking about things, and anything that's intentful with that deep Pluto energy can be very constructive. Now there's also a trine to Jupiter, and this is also very strong actually, and this is quite buoyant. So with this, there's this inspired thinking, maybe hopefulness, maybe adventurous, right? Maybe open-minded. So this more buoyant energy really helping lift up a lot of that, again, deeper energy of Pluto. So great day again for those types of things with Jupiter, philosophy, broader perspectives, opportunities, and maybe even taking action towards some of those inspirations, maybe even some opportunities there on that level. All right, so those are the aspects throughout the work week. And then once we get to Saturday, again, there is a new moon. Now I will pre-record the new moon forecast and release it here later in the week. So you guys do have the new moon forecast specifically. But in this video, just keeping in mind that there will be a new moon on Saturday. It's a brand new beginning involving Aries. New moon in Aries, new chapter involving our assertive side, our direct side, our initiating side, and cultivating what you might call our personal needs, our wants, and our desires. Aries is all about taking that initiative, developing the things that are important to us in terms of our wants and needs. And this will be a whole new chapter here with the lunar month to start to develop this fiery active, direct side of ourself. Now, do give it time, of course, because again, the new moon is actually the lowest energy time of the month. But as we go through the lunar month, there is more and more of that momentum. And again, more of that development regarding that initiating side of ourself. All right. And again, I will make a video on the aspects with the new moon separately. All right. And then the last aspect here this week is actually quite important. Mars is going to be opposite up to Jupiter. So this we could be feeling a bit maybe expansive, maybe a bit buoyant, maybe adventurous. And as all oppositions are, it is good to maintain some balance with this, because we just want to be aware of if we're being a bit overconfident about things, because our self-esteem could be very high. It could be very enthusiastic, which again, there's nothing wrong with. It's actually a very nice aspect, but just being conscious of that, being aware of it, just to make sure we're not going over or under to any extremes regarding what we can do, what we want. Again, whatever this new assertive energy is that's starting to cultivate during the new moon. All right, everyone. So that is the week in a nutshell. Essentially, most important thing, Mercury aspects, working on things like communication, our routines, how we're thinking about things, doing this stuff constructively with Saturn, channeling it into deep constructive things with Pluto, seeing a bit of that open-mindedness with Jupiter. And Saturday, new moon, new beginnings, and just kind of sitting with that energy, see what new things start to surface. There'll be more momentum building next week. And then this Mars opposite Jupiter, a bit of buoyancy coming in with that kind of fiery energy. All right, everyone. So everyone have a fantastic week. See you all when I return. And again, down below in the comment section and in the description, probably I'll put a link to the Twitter account. So if you have a Twitter account, go over there and support the MTZ channel. Be very much appreciated. All right. So again, everyone, thank you for all of your support, and I'll see you all in the next video.